In this wood-fired workshop we're cooking this amazing Beef Wellington. Stick with us to see how we do it. Hi everyone, welcome to Manna from Devon Cooking School. In this workshop we're going to be cooking Beef Wellington. Classic dish, perfect for special occasions, perfect for Valentine's Day. It's a fantastic dish to cook in your wood-fired oven and a real showstopper when you pull it out of the oven. Beautifully golden and cooked, and lovely medium rare meat in the middle. We're going to be cooking this in the Bushman Santorini, which I've got heating up behind me already. We're going to be using fillet steak, and I've got here about just under 300 grams of beef fillet. First thing I want to do is start cooking some mushrooms, and because they're going to take a little bit of time to cook. I've got a mix of chestnut mushrooms. I've also got some porcini mushrooms here, which I've been soaking for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to chop those up in a second, and I'm going to cook them gently but for a long time so that we get rid of all the water and really concentrate the flavour. I'm going to pop some butter in there and just melt that at the front of the oven to start with. And I'm going to chop up these now soft porcinis. Porcinis are one of those things that I really like to have in the store cupboard because they add a great depth of flavour to all sorts of things. I'm going to keep that mushroom stock there and add that to the sauce later on. Whilst we're finishing off the mushrooms and the meat is cooling down a little bit, we can roll out the pastry ready. So here I've cut a piece off a block of just regular puff pastry, and I need a piece which is going to envelop this, so I need to be about 3 millimeters thick. So these have been cooking now for, I guess, about 20 minutes or so, and you can see how much they've reduced, and also that they're really getting nice and dry at this point. So now what I'm going to do is add some masala wine, but beef and masala sauce is a fantastic combination, and I'm going to carry on cooking this until that's pretty much completely evaporated. The mushrooms have now cooked down a little bit more, that masala's all cooked off. And we're back to this nice dry mixture. Very important that we have a dry mixture that doesn't make our pastry soggy. Whilst that's cooling down, I can actually make the sauce because I've got a nice hot oven. So I'm going to put the pan back into the oven. So I can hear that heated up already. So I'm going to go in with the leftover mushroom juices, a little more masala, some beef stock, a teaspoon of mustard. Pop that into the oven and just let that boil and reduce until we have a nice thick glossy sauce. Now that the mushroom has cooled down, I can start to assemble our Beef Wellington. So I'm not going to use all of this because some of it's going in the sauce. So I'm going to bake this in a little roasting tin. And the real beauty of this is because we've got a hot floor with latent heat in the floor of the oven, we're going to get heat directly into the bottom, which is going to cook all of that pastry on the bottom, and we won't get a soggy bottom. I'm going to brush it all with egg, and I'm just going to score very lightly a little pattern, not all the way through the pastry. Sprinkle on a few sesame seeds. So this is now ready for the oven. And you can do this in advance and put it in the fridge until you need it, or you can cook it straight away. You can see the sauce is now nice and thick. I'm going to put those mushrooms and shallots in there, and that's ready to just be reheated. Now I'm just giving the oven a little bit of a reheat. I'm particularly keen that the floor is nice and hot, so that when this goes into the oven, it gets nice heat into the base. If you're doing this in a steel oven, exactly the same, just make sure that the floor is nice and hot so we get that heat to the base to cook the pastry on the bottom. Generally speaking, I want the oven around about 200 degrees, so kind of 4 to 5 Mississippi. We're going to cook it for around about 25 minutes. That little bit of wood I put on is now burnt down to embers. I've pushed them away to the side of the oven so I can check the floor temperature. 270, 280, 300. So just sort of falling down below 300, which is really perfect for the base. I don't want those embers to be emanating too much heat onto the side of the pastry. So I'm just going to pop in the heat deflector. Otherwise I'm going to leave those embers there, and then this is ready to go in. And I'm going to place the door on, but not completely tight, so it just spills a little bit of heat. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes and check with the probe thermometer after 20 minutes to see how things are progressing. Our beef Wellington has had 20 minutes. I'm going to bring it out and check the internal temperature. I had another little glance after 15 minutes or so and decided it was browning a little too quickly, so I just popped a bit of foil on top there. I'm going to take the probe thermometer and just push that into the center, and then we're still only in the high 30s, so it's going to be another 10 minutes or so, I guess. I can check at this point the underneath is lovely and cooked, and so we're just going to pop that back in. And I'm going to check again in 10 minutes. A little bit over 30 minutes baking the beef Wellington. Now we're just on 55 degrees. So we're very happy with that. We're going to let this rest a little bit, and then we're going to carve into it. In the meantime, thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. We produce these videos approximately once a week, so please subscribe to our channel, please give us a thumbs up, and if you've got any questions at all about this or any other aspect of wood-fired cooking, please put them in the comments below and we will get back to you. We'll provide the notes and the recipe for this dish on our blog, and if you do cook it, please let us know how it went. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.